I just want to say we're so passionate about classic movies.
We're going to expand the conversation.
You can see the passion that's in this room.
It's thrilling to the core.
Put a new spin on some vintage films.
It's classic movies and more.
Welcome to 20th Century Fox. We're here at the studio off Pico near Century City, which used to be the great 20th Century Fox backlot. And we're just going to walk around the lot today, looking at the cool sound stages and talking about the history of 20th Century Fox and what's left of the backlot. They still have a couple of really cool sets standing. So welcome to the studio. This is the original writers' building, built in the early 30s here at 20th Century Fox. I know F. Scott Fitzgerald had an office up there, and it's just one of the most beautiful buildings, I think, on the lot. And the building itself has been used in several films. I know it's in Babes in Toyland and several others, I think even some recent ones. So let's take a closer look.
Built in 1932, at a time when writers were truly honored.
They might be reproductions now that I look closer, but they're still cool. I'll just take it to my car. We are at the New York Street on the 20th Century Fox lot. This movie theater over here is always dressed for different things depending on what they're shooting, and I love that there's a sunrise poster in the theater, so obviously they were shooting something from the 1920s. I like that old newspaper stand too, butting up right against one of the original Fox administration buildings. And last time I was here was the final season of Glee, and I think one of these was the acting school in New York where some of the characters are going to, but we are going to head into New York City.
There's a train station up ahead, so all aboard, New York, New York.
Oh, and that Royal Diner, I believe, is a location for the show Bones. Now we're standing in front of the original administration building at 20th Century Fox, built in the 30s, I believe, and I'm sure Darryl Zanuck and other honchos had their offices here. I love the fact that they kept it pretty much how it looks. If you look up old pictures of the studio, you'll see this building. Of course, we're surrounded by more modern buildings, but again, I love the studio because they honor their history and preserve it.
Hi, this is Annmarie from Classic Movies and More, and we are here with Danny Miller from Cinephile. So, Danny, tell me a little bit about how you became a classic movie fan.
You know, it started when I was a kid. My mother loved old movies, and the first thing that she used to always watch with me was the Andy Hardy movies. In those days, we had WGN in Chicago. They were butchered with commercials and everything, so it was great to see them years later on TCM, you know, with minutes that I had never seen before. But still, I just grew to love them. And boy, when I was in high school, Vincent Minnelli was honored at the Chicago International Film Festival, and they showed, I think, almost every film that he made over the course of a week, and he was there talking about
Oh my
them. And
gosh.
that had a big thing, and that was right after also the Entertainment came. And so that was the first time I saw clips of these films on the big screen, and in like 70 millimeter. It was fantastic. So that's what really cemented my love, and then I became a crazed lunatic like all of us.
Okay, Crazy Lunatic, that blogs. And how long have you been blogging? Tell us a little bit.
I had my own personal blog called Jew Eat Yet, line from Annie Hall, that I wrote a lot about movies.
Okay.
I rarely write in that these days. Then I became a journalist for MSN Movies, and so started interviewing people and got to go on site visits and stuff. And they sort of went belly up with their writers, so we started this blog called Cinephiled, where I still do interviews frequently of newer films, and then also, you know, try to interview the older stars, like talked to Cora Sue Collins last year, and have one with Marilyn Nolden, Child Star, coming up. So I love keeping my foot in the classic community, and of course, the TCM Film Festival is my favorite event of the year. When I
Yay,
abandoned my
yay.
entire family for 4 days, like, you're not going to see me. Sorry, goodbye.
Sounds fair enough to me. Okay. And what's the URL? How can people find your blog?
Well, cinephiled.com, very easy. You can go there.
CINEPHILED.com.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
cinephile.com. And I don't know, anything else you want to tell us? Anything exciting coming up, or?
I'm excited about interviewing child star Marilyn Nolden.
I thought you were going to say
soon.
talking with me, but okay.
And of course, I'm thrilled to see all you visiting dignitaries from abroad. I'm so grateful that I live in Los Angeles, so it's very easy to go to the Classic Film Festival, which I obsess on in the months, as you I'm
Oh,
sure are
yes.
familiar with, leading up to it. So I cannot wait. This year on the Saturday, I'm going to go to my first midnight screening, so I think I'll be there
boy.
for like
Okay.
17 hours or something. I usually
Okay.
feel like I need to be hospitalized at the end, but it's worth it. So.
It certainly is.
And it's so great to see, as we've been talking today about, you know, to have all these people come from all over the country and world even, who get our references, who understand what we're talking about.
Yep,
and-
it's great to make jokes and actually have people laugh.
Right.
Is there a silent room like?
Or make
okay.
some random comment about Eugene Pallett, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I love him, instead of
That's
like,
right.
who? And we just had an experience in the 20th Century Fox store where some asked where the Betty Grable, huge star of the studio, videos were, and he was like, who? So
Okay, we won't mention any names though.
yeah, they were very nice,
They were
but
very nice.
not everyone is as familiar with the history.
Which, by the way, please watch out for our little vignettes, because Danny was kind enough to take us on a tour of 20th Century Fox, which is pretty darn exciting, I have to say, so thank you.